Okay. In our previous class, we had written a couple of programs using do while loop. Okay. And yesterday I told that in today's class, we will try to trace the program. Okay. To display even and odd natural numbers from 1 to n. Okay. Has anybody tried to trace this program? Anyone? Anyway, sir has told he will trace in tomorrow's class. Why to take a trouble, right? Anyone from the online students? Has anyone tried to trace this program? Okay. Now, we'll do one thing here. You guys are going to tell me how to trace here. What are the variables we require in while tracing here? Tell me. First variable? N. Okay. So let us consider n value as 10 here. Then next, I. What is the initial value of I? 1. Next variable?
1.
Sum. Value of E sum? 0. 0. Right? Then next what we need to do, we need to write a tabular format, right? In the tabular format, first, since it is a do while loop, let us write a word do, means all the next statements have to be executed, right? So what is the first statement here? If I mod 2 is equals to 0. So shall I write like this? Only I mod 2 equals to 0. If I write this way, is it understand? Are you able to understand this one? Or you want me to write the complete statement if? Fine. Okay. Then if this condition is true, what has to be executed? E sum. Right? So E sum will be what? E sum plus E sum is equals to E sum plus I. Is that okay? Okay. Then condition is false. Then what has to be done? O sum equals to O sum plus I. Then next statement is check increment. Next step is increment, that is I plus plus. After I plus plus, next while. So in the while, what is the condition? I less than or equal to n.
N.
That is good.
Okay. Now let us try to put some traces here, like how we want to handle this one. So let me take a color here, red color. Red color means from do, it has to execute in this direction. Okay, all these statements will be executed in this way. Okay, then next, suppose if this condition, that is I modulus 2 is equals to 0, if this is true, we need to execute what? E sum. If this is false, then we need to execute O sum. So if it is false, we need to execute O sum. So just try to understand this here. If it is true, we will execute E sum. If it is false, we will execute O sum. And what about this I plus plus? When this will be executed? When the number is even or odd, when it will be executed? Or is it both? Whatever the value of this particular result, that is I modulus 2, whatever is the result, this I plus plus will be executed every time. Okay, and then I less than or equal to n will be calculated. Okay, then fine. Now let us go with the initial stages. So do. So this condition, that is I modulus 2. What is the value of I? 1. 1 modulus 2 is what? 1 modulus 2 is 1. Is this 1 is equals to 0? False. It is
False.
false means now what has to be done? Awesome. Right?
Awesome.
So this step will be skipped. This will be skipped. And what will be executed? Awesome. So awesome will become what now? Awesome plus I. What is the initial now value of awesome? Look at here. What is the value of awesome? 0. 0 plus I. I is what? 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. So now awesome will be 1. That is, this awesome will be now 1. Okay. Then next, I plus plus. I plus plus means 1 plus plus. That means what? Next time when you use I, it has to be incremented. So next time means here in the while condition. In the while condition now, what is the value of I now? 2.
2.
Will become 2. So is this 2 less than or equals to 10? True? Yes,
True.
it's true. Since it is true, what has to be
True.
done now? Do all the statements again. Do execute all the statements. Means since this condition is true, now you come back to this particular do and then execute all these statements once again. Right? Okay. Now here, in the next time, it will enter into the do loop. Okay. Then I modulus 2. What is I value now? 2. 2 modulus 2 is 0. Is 0
0.
equals to 0?
True.
It is true. True means
True.
esum.
Isum.
What is the value of esum here? 0. 0 plus I. 2. So now esum will become 2. And let us update esum here also as 2. Following? Now, what about this awesome? Will it be executed? No, it will not be executed. Next, I plus plus, that is 2 plus plus. Next time when I use 2, that is I has to be taken as 3, right? Then, is this 3 less than or equal to 10? It is true. True means now what to be done? Repeat all the execution of the do statements. So, here. Now, what is the value of I now? 3. 3 modulus 2. 1. Is this 1 is equals to 0?
False.
False means now
False.
awesome.
Awesome.
So skip this one, esum, and then calculate the awesome. Now, tell me, what is the value of awesome now? So 1 plus I? 4. So it becomes 4. Understood?
4.
So now awesome will become 4. Okay, then 3 plus. Next time when you use I will be taken as 4. So the condition in the while becomes 4 less than or equals to 10. Yes, the value is true. Okay, then what about here then? Is it true or a false? True, right? Shall I write it as directly as a true?
Yes, sir.
T here, will you understand this step? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone. Understand why I write the T?
Yes, sir.
Because I value is 4. 4 modulus 2 is 0. So 0 is equals to 0. It is true. So the condition is true. Since it is true, now I will have to calculate what? Esum. So what will be the value of esum now? What is the existing value, present value? Look at here. What is the existing value? 2. 2 plus I. I is 4. So 2 plus 4 is what? 6. This is 6. Esum will be calculated as 6. Then what about this awesome? Skip. Then 4 plus plus. Correct? Next. 5 less than or equal to 10. True. What about this condition now? It is false.
False.
I value here also. Okay. Then, so what about esum? Skip. Then esum, sorry, awesome. 9. How it is 9? Existing value is 4. I value is 5. So 5 plus 4 is 9. So this will become now 9. So let me write here as well 9. Then 5 plus plus. Next 6 less than or equals to 10. True. Correct? Then what about this condition? True. E sum will be, so shall I update this I as 6 here? I is 6 now. 6 plus 6 is 12. So E sum will become now 12 here. Okay. And what about O sum? Skip. 6 plus plus. So let me update first here as a 7 and then condition 7 less than or equals to 10. It is true. It is false. Next, which one has to be done now? O sum. So skip E sum and then execute the O sum statement. It becomes 16.
16.
I plus O sum, that is 16. Okay, then 7 plus plus 8. So I will become 8 here and then next 8 less than or equals to 10. It is true again. Then what about this condition now? True, because 8 modulus 2 is 0. 0 equals to 0 is true. 20. 8 plus 12.
20.
20. So this becomes 20 and let me update here as well 20. This skip. Then 8 plus plus. I becomes now 9 and 9 less than or equals to 10 is true. False, because 9 modulus 2 is 1. So this condition becomes false. Skip this statement. Then O sum now. 25. So 25 is the O sum value and update this correspondingly as 25. Okay. Then next here 9 plus plus. I becomes 10 now. So this is 10. 10 less than or equals to 10. Still it is true, right? Then it comes to the if condition. 10 modulus 2 is 0. So 0 equals to 0 is true. Then which has to be executed? E sum or O sum? E sum. So E sum will become 30. That is 10 plus 20. That is 30. So this is 30 now. Okay. Then what about O sum? Skip. 10 plus plus means next time when I use I value, it has to be taken as 11. Next year, 11 less than or equals to 10. False.
False. False.
Come false in the while loop. Should it again go and execute all the do statements? No. So it has to come out of the loop now. So after this loop, what is the next statement? The printf statement. So what are we displaying in the printf here? Even sum value and odd sum value, right? So what is the value of even sum here? 30. What is the value of odd sum? 25. Is it true? Correct? Between the natural numbers starting from 1 to 10, if you add all the even numbers, we get it to be 30, and odd numbers, if we add, we get it to be 25. Understood? Any doubts, clarifications required? Online students? Are you following?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Let us move further. Let us pick up the next program, that is a journal program. Okay. Read this statement, that is program number 6 here. Program number 6, read and try to understand what is given there first. Okay, then we will try to explore and write the program on that. Okay, let me make it little bigger font. 1 second. Shall I reduce it? Okay, is it visible properly? Program number 6. Can anyone read? Offline students? Yeah, read.
Print out a table that goes from the start temperature to end temperature in steps of step size, Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Okay. Did you understood anything out of this statement? What you understood from this particular statement of the problem? Read it once again. Okay, that argument means like program will ask you to enter 3 numbers. Okay, that's how you need to understand here. It will ask you to enter 3 numbers. What will be those particular 3 numbers? Start temperature, end temperature, and the step. Isn't it? Temperature, we are dealing with the temperature here. Temperature can be measured in 2 different quantities, isn't it? So what they have mentioned here? Celsius. So we are going to read the temperature in Celsius degrees. Okay. Then, so we will read 3 temperatures in Celsius. That is, first one is start, second one is end, and the third is the step of the count. Okay, then what it says further is that we need to convert this temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and we need to display a tabular format like this way. Let me put it in an Excel sheet here. Suppose, okay, now suppose we enter 3 values, that is start, then end, then the step. These are the 3 values we will enter. Suppose if I enter the starting temperature to be 10, ending temperature to be say 50, okay, and step I assume it to be, enter it to be a 5. What I need to do, I need to display the temperatures starting from the starting Celsius to the ending Celsius, that is degree, in these particular steps. That means first it will be 10. Okay, that is why 10, why it is 10? Start is 10. Okay, then step says that it is 5. Now what do you mean by step here? The next value what I should display? From 10 to 50 I want to display the temperatures, right? But the step is not 1 here, but step is 5. So first 10, the next number will be 50.
20.
Next will be 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Should I display 55 now? No. Why? Because we have come to a end position here, 50. This 50 is less than or equal to our end point. So we need to, this is in what? Celsius format. This is in Celsius format, right? But at the same time, we need to convert this temperature from Celsius to the Fahrenheit, and the corresponding Fahrenheit value we need to display here. So 2 jobs are there. One is display them in this particular format, that is step as a what user enters. Second is that along with the Celsius, we need to display Fahrenheit as well. Means we need to calculate or we need to convert the temperature from Celsius to the Fahrenheit. Okay. Anyone of you, do you know the formula for converting a temperature from Celsius to the Fahrenheit? Yes. What is the formula for Celsius to Fahrenheit? I have given it in one of the program. Suppose Fahrenheit equals to what now?
C into 9 by 5 is 32.
Yeah. 9 by 5 is how much? Divide 9 by 5. Simple maths. 9 divided by 5. 1.8. 1.8 into Celsius plus 32. Right? So if I know the temperature in Celsius, then that temperature can be converted into a Fahrenheit using this particular formula, right? 1.8 multiplied by C plus 32. Between this one, which is the operation we need to perform first? That is multiplication and addition. Multiplication and then addition and then assignment operator. Okay, now, so can anyone quickly tell me what will be the Fahrenheit value for 10 degrees Celsius? 50. Yes. So correspondingly, all these calculations we need to perform and then display over here in a kind of a tabular format. Okay. Now, assume that, let's say, let me modify the values here. Say starting point is 13 and ending point is 22 and step is 2. Start is 13 degrees Celsius, end is 22 degrees Celsius, and the increase in the temperature, that is step, is 2. Then what are the values we need to display as part of Celsius here? First is what? 13. Next? 15.
Fif-
Next?
15,
17.
17,
19.
9, 22,
21. After
20.
21?
23.
23. But is that 23 within our limit? No. Should we
Yes.
display 23? No. Should we display 22 also? Two questions. First one is, should we display 23? No. 22 is our last value. Okay. Then next question. Should we display as 22?
No, sir.
Should I write here as a 22? Why?
No, sir.
Because the step, that is the increase in the temperature, I have to do it for 2 degrees Celsius. After 21, the next, if I add 2, I will get 23. But it is not in my range, so I will not display 23, not even 22. So I have to stop at 21 itself. Understanding why I took this particular example? It is need not to be that always we have to stop at 22 only, or the ending temperature. It can be before that also, provided the step falls within that range, and then print that particular value. At any instant, we should not cross the ending temperature. Understood the program statement? If you understand the program statement or the problem very well, then only we can write the solution for that one. Okay, shall we proceed with the solution here? Yes. Okay, now tell me here how many variables we require. Obviously we require for input values, and also we require for output values, and if there are intermediate any conversions or any variables we require for that as well. How many variables we require for the input here? How many variables we require for the input here? What are the inputs here? Can you tell me? Start,
End.
stop, that is, I will write it as end here. Then step. Are these going to be integer values? Shall we consider it to be integer values? Okay. Then what about the degree, that is temperatures? Float as well as Fahrenheit. Do we require for that? We need to display Celsius, we need to display Fahrenheit. So we require variables for that as well, right? And what will be the data type for that? Float. So float, say Celsius, I will write it as a shorthand as CEL, then Fahrenheit, FER. Okay, then next. Constant. What is the constant here? What is constant here? So in this one, in this particular formula, on the RHS side, C is the variable. Apart from that, what we have 1.8, it is a number, constant number, and 32 is again a constant number. We need not to make them as a constants. Directly we can write the numbers there. Okay, then So once we declare the variables, next is to do what? Read the three variables or three arguments, right? So we will display a statement printf enter start temperature. Okay, then what we need to write next statement? Scanf. So in scanf, is it percentage D or percentage F? Percentage D.
Percentage F.
Percentage D is because start temperature is the variable start and the start data type is integer. So we will write it to be a percentage D. Okay.
D.
Do not write down students as of now. Pay attention and understand. Okay. Next. Variable here is ampersand start. Ampersand start. Next. So one argument we read here. Second argument is for what? End temperature. Okay. Then we will write the same similar type of statements here. Like printf enter end temperature and then scanf ampersand end. Following understood? Then what is the third argument? Enter an increasing in temperature. That is step. Increase in the temperature. That is going to be our step. Followed? Okay. Now, since now, as I said, we are going to write the code using do while loop. That is, do certain statements until the condition is true. Okay. Until the condition is true. So we need to figure out here three things. First one is initial value. Correct? Before the do, we will write the initial value. Then the corresponding statements within the do while and then the condition. Okay. Now, when you look into this program statement, initial value among these three variables is what? Start.
13.
Isn't it? Initial value is the variable start, right?
Start.
After that, we need to keep on incrementing the values up to when? Up to the ending. Correct? So, our initial condition here, we need a counter for this one, right? A variable for the counter. Here, the counter will become the Celsius. Initially, we will update the variable Celsius with the starting temperature. That is, starting temperature here is start. Okay, Celsius is equals to start. So that means now we got the initial value for which I need to display here. That is Celsius value I got, first value. Now, next what I need to do? I need to convert this Celsius into the Fahrenheit. Correct? I need to convert this Celsius into the Fahrenheit. So corresponding to that, this is the formula which I will have to make use of. So what will be my statement here to convert into a Fahrenheit? Formula is this one. F is equals to 1.8 into C plus 32. Convert this into a same statement here. Fahrenheit is equals to 1.8 into Celsius plus 32. Simple. So whatever the Celsius was there, that value is now converted into a Fahrenheit. Correct? Yes or no? Followed or not? If not, please do let me know. Okay, next. So what we got here? We got the corresponding value in the Fahrenheit here. Okay, so how much it will become? Can anyone calculate quickly? 1.8 into 13 plus 32. 1.8 into 13 plus 32.
55.4.
Yes, very good. 55.4. So now the first job is done. We displayed the temperature in Celsius as well as converted into a Fahrenheit as well. Next is what? Next step, that is we need to increment our Celsius value. Correct? So how do we increment the Celsius value now here? Celsius plus plus. C plus plus. What is the increment here? Is it only one? No, but what is the value of for the increment here? Which is that variable which holds the increment value? Step. That means our Celsius becomes Celsius plus step. Followed? Yes? Yes or no? Yes. So before this,
Yes, sir.
before we make this change, we need to print also, right? So correspondingly, let me write a printf statement here. Printf, say, first I will display the Celsius, percentage F, then I want to give some space width, /T, then temperature in Fahrenheit, that is percentage F again, and then /N, double quote complete. First variable is Celsius, second variable is Fahrenheit. Is this statement 25 understood? What it does?
Yes, sir.
Created the values, but we need to display that, right? So that we displayed over there. And then we next, what we did, we just updated our Celsius value to the next Celsius value. Okay, then once we do these steps, then we need to go for the condition, right? Whether we have reached our ending point or not. How do we validate our ending point here? What will be our condition now? Celsius greater than end. So one, okay, now let me put it here. One of your friend is telling Celsius is greater than end. And one more said start less than equal to end. Think here what will happen. Celsius greater than end means what? Look at here.
Celsius is smaller than or equal to end.
If this Celsius is now 15, is this 15 greater than 22? It is false. False means it will skip the execution, but we don't want to do that here. So this particular condition is outdated. Okay. Someone said another condition from the online students. What was?
So Celsius is smaller than or equal to end.
Okay. Celsius smaller than or equal to end. So these are the three conditions what you told about. First one is negotiated. We can't apply. Then what about second one? Start less than or equal to end. Now look into this code. Anywhere are we modifying the start value? Anywhere in any of the statement are we modifying the start value?
No, sir.
No. No means what? Will this condition becomes false anytime?
Yes, sir.
Will it become false? No, it will be true infinitely. It will be true infinitely. Start is what? The starting value, that is 13. Ending is 22. 13 less than 22 will become true infinitely. It will never be false. So this condition is also invalid. We cannot take up this condition as well. Remaining is this one. Let us try to understand here. Celsius less than or equal to end. Right? So look into this example. First time it will be, we will display this statement. Next time Celsius becomes 15. Is this 15 less than or equal to 20? Yes. Then convert into a Fahrenheit, then display. Next time Celsius will become 17. So 17 is less than or equal to 20. Yes. Then convert it into a Fahrenheit and then display. Repeat this one until 21 is there. So for 21 is less than or equal to 22. It is true. convert it into a Fahrenheit and then display that value as well. Next time the Celsius will become 23, correct? But are we 23 is less than or equal to 22? Is it true or a false? False. Means we will not convert that value and we will skip the looping. So our condition will become what? Celsius less than or equal to end. Celsius less than or equal to end. Let us put that value in the while condition. Understood? Okay. Now let us try to run the program and check how it works. The program number here is section B, JP6, GCC, section B, JP6. Okay. Okay. No errors. 13, ending temperature 22, step was 2. This is Celsius, this is Fahrenheit, right? It has started from 13 and ended at 21 itself, and they converted into Fahrenheit as well. Okay, so we can add one more statement to just, we can add one more statement here, like printf. Here you can write Celsius /T and then Fahrenheit. What's the spelling actually? F8 is okay. Then /N. Okay, and since there are many zeros are getting printed here, we can restrict that also by writing 0.2 here and here as well 0.2. I hope you remember what I did here. You understood what I did. Run the program once again and let's enter 13 and 22 and then 2. Celsius, Fahrenheit, these are the values. If you enter, say 10 is the starting, end is 50, and then count as increase as 5. So from 10 up to 50 and the converted values.